It looks like Anthony Joshua versus Dillian Whyte could actually happen this summer. There's been a bit of bad blood between the two, feuding on Twitter, a lot of comments. Dillian Whyte's clearly up for the fight. Eddie Hearn, supposedly, based on a recent IFL TV interview with Dillian Whyte, has said that he's considering the fight for the British title in the summer. Now, I view that as a really, really interesting matchup. Dillian Whyte is currently been ordered to fight for the British title against Gary Cornish as well, so potentially you could pay Cornish step-aside money and get Dillian Whyte versus Joshua for that belt. And what a fight that would be. I think Dillian Whyte actually quite accurately summed it up in his IFL TV interview. In the first fight, you were talking about two guys very early in their amateur careers, very limited skills, very limited technical ability, and it came down to guts, determination, and who had the bigger set of balls, who had the better chin, who had the most power. On that occasion, Dillian Whyte won. Clearly, both guys have moved on a lot, and I don't think the level of opposition they've been in with as pros varies massively. Maybe you'd give a slight edge to Joshua, but that's probably just because he's got rich promoters who can fund more famous opponents. I think they're a similar level of individual, and I think they fought. Sorry, what I'm trying to say is I think they fought a similar level of individual, and they give or take about the same level. Joshua's rangier. He's probably got the better jab. He's longer, got a bit more reach. Both guys clearly hit very, very hard. With Anthony Joshua, there have been some questions and suggestions that his chin may not be as good as it could be. Obviously, harping back to that amateur fight where Dillian Whyte dropped him. With Dillian Whyte, there's no sort of concerns with regard to his chin. There seems to be less whispers that it's potentially a dodgy area. Dillian Whyte is also a very, very good body puncher, which I think is an interesting dynamic. And I think this is a really good fight. I question whether it will actually go ahead based on risk-reward. For me, I do view this as probably a 60-40 fight in favour of Joshua, but I give Dillian Whyte a real chance of upsetting the apple cart here. Now, us boxing fans would love to see this fight. We understand the needle, we understand the history, we understand that Dillian Whyte's very, very good. We'd like to see this fight. But to the general public, Dillian Whyte doesn't even have the name of a Matt Skelton, of a Michael Sprott. He certainly doesn't have the name of an Audley Harrison. Yet he's far more of a dangerous opponent. He punches far harder than those guys. He's got far more desire and far more future than those guys. Everyone in boxing I hear talk about Dillian Whyte goes on about what a hard trainer he is, goes on about how talented he looks in the gym. Adam Booth, Peter Fury. I heard Bayloric TV doing an interview with James Ali Basir really rate Dillian Whyte. Everyone who seems to work with this guy comes away raving about him. I know the Furies are big fans of him, and it really seems that this guy is very, very talented. And us boxing fans appreciate that. But from Eddie Hearn's perspective, Joshua versus Dillian Whyte, it probably does the O2 Arena. But it's not a pay-per-view fight. It's not going to sell out Wembley Arena. And it's a huge risk. And you're risking your prized asset. Your asset who could well be the future of British boxing. So I have doubts over whether this fight is actually going to go ahead. But Dillian Whyte wants to fight. It appears Anthony Joshua wants to fight. And there's some suggestion that Eddie Hearn's up for it. Let's hope this happens. I see it as real competitive. And I think that this would be the potential to be a great, great matchup. I'd be extremely excited about seeing this one. Let me know your thoughts. Many thanks for watching.